and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2025 Superintendent State of the District Address. My name is Alyssa Weiner, and I serve as manager in the Richland One Office of Communications. Thank you all so much for coming to tonight's event, which is being live streamed from C.A. Johnson High School. We would also like to thank Principal Dr. Brenton Coe for hosting tonight's event, and to the C.A. Johnson Air Force JROTC Color Guard, under the direction of Lieutenant Colonel Alan Stewart and Senior Master Sergeant Brian Thompson for presenting the colors, and as C.A. Johnson Student Council President Jayla McEver Hunter for leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please join me in thanking them. We thank everyone for joining us either in person or via the live stream on our website. Before we proceed, I'd like to do a few recognitions, and I know our board chairman and superintendent will do some additional recognitions as well during their remarks. First, the members of the Richland One Board of School Commissioners, will you please stand as I call your names? Commissioner Robert Lominack, Chairman. Commissioner Barbara Weston, Vice Chairwoman. Commissioner Dr. Erica Hersey, Secretary Treasurer. Commissioner Dr. Richard Moore, Parliamentarian. Commissioner Jamie Devine. Commissioner Dr. Aaron Bishop. And Commissioner Angela Clyburn. Superintendent Dr. Craig Witherspoon and members of the Superintendent's Cabinet, will you please stand? Our Teacher of the Year, Mr. Joseph Bell, our Classified Employee of the Year, Mr. Mark Davis, and our Induction Teacher of the Year, Ms. Julia Turner. Will you please stand? We are honored to have two members of the Richland One Hall of Fame in the audience up with us this evening, Dr. Deborah Hazard and Ms. Regina Brown. On Saturday, February 15th, we look forward to honoring the 5 newest members of the Richland One Hall of Fame. Also in the audience with us this evening is Mr. Kerry Abel, whose father, Mr. Herman Leslie Abel, will be inducted posthumously. We also have members of our legislative delegation here with us this evening. If you are here, please stand and we'd like to recognize you. No? Okay. We also have some of our former Richland One principals for a day in the audience as well, along with several representatives of our business and community partners, including Midlands Tech, Benedict College, Columbia College, the University of South Carolina, Communities and Schools, Fort Jackson, and Prisma Health. Please stand and let us recognize you. Thank you all so much for being here. At this time, I'll ask Board Chairman Mr. Robert Lominack to come up and bring greetings on behalf of the board.
Good evening to everyone, to Dr. Witherspoon, the folks who are here, the folks who have put this together, and to my fellow commissioners. I want to take just a moment to speak to and about the teachers and staff who are in our schools every day. You know, we'd survive a day or two, maybe longer, without the school board. But this district wouldn't make it past 9 a.m. on a Monday without our educators. We, the school board, the families we serve, our entire communities rely on our educators to care for and to teach our children. And it sounds so simple. And yet there are so many obstacles, barriers, and paper cuts that get in their way, that make their job anything but simple. Teachers sign their contracts without knowing their salary, sometimes without knowing who their direct boss will be, without knowing what grade they may teach or where they may teach. They prepare students for standardized tests that sometimes cumulatively adds up to weeks of class time. And then the students arrive, and they bring all of their triumphs, and they bring all of the challenges of their lives as well. Lack of access to necessary resources because of poverty, exposure to violence in their home or the community, homelessness, trauma in all of its forms. And our teachers and staff, custodians who might know a student, the counselors and social workers who have worked with that family, and the bus driver who may have calmed that student down on the way to school that day. This team works every single day to address all of the impacts that touch our kids' lives before they even get to the building. And every day, our teachers and staff show up for work early, they leave late, and they get back up and they do it again the next day. And each day is as exhausting as the one before it. And they do it because they love it. And they do it because they are really, really good at it. And they do it because they know it's making a difference. And we see the difference our educators make in some of the scores that will be celebrated tonight. We see the difference when a kid shows up for school even though it was tough to get there, but they made it anyway because that's where they knew they'd get the support they need. We see the difference when a kid for whom hope has been a luxury they could not afford begins to dream about their own life. The state of our district will always depend on our educators and the support we provide them. Every single adult in our schools every day. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Lominack. We're here this evening at C.A. Johnson High School. The 2024-2025 school year marks 75 years since C.A. Johnson opened its doors to students in 1949. Along with the students who participated earlier in the program, we would like to showcase some other very talented C.A. Johnson students. C.A. Johnson's 12-member marching band drumline is under the direction of Mr. James Barrientos and Mr. Justin Niblock. Tonight, the drumline will perform Drum Odyssey. This piece was arranged by drumline member and C.A. Johnson senior Chase Bennett, who recorded a very special message for everyone in attendance and those watching at home.
Greetings to everyone in attendance. My name is Chase Bennett, graduating senior from C.A. Johnson High School, a Ford scholarship receiver from Benedict College, South Carolina State, Allen University, and Voorhees University. Today, I would like to present you guys with a performance called Drum Odyssey, arranged by me, and I would like to thank assistant bands, main bands, athletic directors, and principals. Hope you enjoy the show.
a talented group. Let's give the drumline another round of applause. The school's Visual and Performing Arts program is one of the many opportunities students can take advantage of at C.A. Johnson. Another opportunity is the school's Health Sciences Magnet program, which includes a new firefighter pathway and an EMT pathway that is set to officially launch next school year with a decommissioned ambulance that Prisma Health donated to the school. Prisma Health also recently expanded its MedX Academy program to C.A. Johnson, making it the first school in the Midlands to offer the program. Congratulations to C.A. Johnson Principal Dr. Brenton Coe and his students and staff on all the wonderful things happening here at C.A. Johnson. Really quickly, I would also like to recognize that Columbia Richland Fire Chief Aubrey Jenkins is here, so if we would like to recognize you real quick. All right, thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce Richland One Superintendent Dr. Craig Witherspoon, who will present his 2025 State of the District Address.
Good evening. Seems like it was just yesterday I was up here giving the similar address. Alyssa, thank you for putting this together. I want to thank certainly the many partners that we have in Richland One for being here this evening and sharing this moment, because you are a part of the state of this district. The partners that we have, the families that we serve, the students that we serve, and the individuals that we have. Thank you so very much for being here. Chairman Lomanak, members of the Board of Commissioners, community, our staff, our Richland One family, gives me great privilege and pleasure to present to you this evening the 2025 State of the District Address for Richland County School District 1. As in years past, previous addresses, I like to start with a point of center. And that point of center starts with our mission statement. We are Richland One, a leader in transforming lives through education, empowering all students to achieve their potential and dreams. It is with this mission forward-facing us every day that we approach our successes and challenges and focus on what matters most, the young people that we are charged to serve. This is why we are Team One, one team. This is why we are one strong. Strong in our commitment to children, strong in our core values of collaboration, compassion, courage, equity, service, and safety. Strong in our core values and our core priorities that serve to focus, define, and Dr. Williams, refine the work we do on a day-to-day basis. It has been and will continue to be our belief that regardless of where a student joins us, we meet them where we are and we move them forward. The challenges and opportunities are met head on with dedication and commitment from all of the professionals that make up this remarkable school district. This evening, we will delve into the successes and accomplishments of our district. And I want to start with the work being done by our social work department. Our social workers partnered with community agencies and faith-based organizations to provide approximately 10,000 resources, such as meals, school supplies, and clothing to students and families, to assist in creating a safe and supportive life situations, not to mention learning environments for some of our most vulnerable students and families in our community. Understanding the importance of daily attendance on academic achievement, our social workers provided over 5,000 attendance-related services in the past school year, resulting in a steady decline of chronic absenteeism across this district. We have experienced a 1.2 percentage point decrease from the previous year. 1,000 meals were packed and distributed to Richland One families as a part of the ongoing partnership between the district and the Columbia Rotary Club. We have even more outstanding partners that support our students and our families. And I'll speak to that later this evening as well. These are but a few of the activities done in our social work department. And I also want to mention their work as part of a nationally recognized parent and family engagement specialist team. Our counselors and other support staff that serve to support and enhance student well-being and efficacy so that the work that is being done in classrooms can be as purposeful, meaningful, and positive as possible. Since the beginning of this school year, our McKinney-Vento office has worked with approximately 535 students identified as homeless. That's almost 2 to 3 schools that we have that have been identified as homeless, and we have a number of months to go in this school year. As for nursing services, our dental access has provided over 230 dental services, including hygiene, restorative, sealing, fluoride cleanings, and restorations. In partnership with Healthy Learning, over 300 students have been seen by medical professionals since the beginning of the year. Nursing Services has also provided a school nurse skills fair, highlighting the focus on services such as tracheotomy care, suctioning, tube feeding, catheterization review, ileostomy, and colostomy care. Again, the work being done by our student support teams is nothing short of outstanding. On behalf of our students, again, thank you to all of the support staff here in Richland One. See, we do not take this work lightly and provide the best opportunities possible, but some may not understand or appreciate all that goes into getting that done. Let's give a hand to all of our support departments in Richland One. This year, we have reestablished a level of support of a different nature to include the Office of Ombudsman. The Ombudsman Office partners with families, students, as well as community stakeholders to navigate the systems and processes that we have and facilitate resolution of concerns. Since the reinstatement of this position, the office has received over 300 phone calls and interactions in various areas. In collaboration with identified school personnel and district offices, over 90% of the concerns have been addressed and resolved, while ensuring the focus is on what's in the best interest of students. This has allowed for our EDs of schools to better focus and ensure the connection of the work of teaching and learning is more faithfully implemented administratively in our schools. Human resources. In this time of increased emphasis on recruitment and retention of staff, whether it's teachers, support staff, our Human Resource Department has made tremendous strides over the past few years. While fewer teachers are coming out of schools of education nationally, and districts are vying for the same talent pool. I want to take this time to highlight some of the successes and accomplishments that have occurred over the past year and the last few years. Our partnerships with outside agencies and entities, in-state and beyond, have allowed for more than 200 Richland One intern requests from certified and classified candidates to have been honored and fulfilled across our district. University classes meet in several of our schools and provide an in-school setting for future educators and an increased and more streamlined support for induction teachers to meet their certification area needs and yielding progress. This encompasses individual support and group sessions for all of our first-year teachers, including departmentalized teachers, grade bands, general classroom teachers, special education, all related arts teachers to include CTE and our international teachers as well. Through our certification support program, Project Rise, we have helped 56 candidates become eligible for certification through traditional or alternative certification over the past 3 years. And that number will rise as we close out this year. After the program's completion, we have continued and will continue to foster a strong partnership with USC by hiring and supporting 28 candidates eligible for the Carolina CAP program. We have developed relationships with 4 educational cultural exchange companies to provide a wide range of educational opportunities for our students to learn about other cultures around the world. These teachers have also been invaluable assets to our immersion program and other instructional areas. Our Chinese immersion program, now at Hand Middle School, and certainly started in partnership with Michigan State University and through our PACE program. Richland One, again, is in the second year of Carolina CAP residency, serving as one of the pilot districts in South Carolina since its initial launch. Our Human Resources Department has presented with USC on the national level about the importance of teacher residency programs, and our total number of National Board Certified Teachers has grown to 169. And while the number of teacher vacancies have been declining this year, we have successfully filled more positions this year than in the past 3, leaving the lowest number of classroom vacancies post-COVID. Moreover, our teacher retention rate has increased. Our teacher retention rate has increased to 83.7%. New to One. This orientation program continues to be a successful component to our onboarding and support structures for new teachers, whether it's the first-year teacher or an experienced teacher joining Team One from another location across the state or country. This program continues to grow and develop based upon the feedback that we receive and the support that is given, not only in our Human Resources Department, but also in curriculum and teaching and learning, as well as other departments in our district. Next, in operations, I want to highlight the work that's done in our operations department. Often, theirs is unseen work, but adds a tremendous value to our infrastructure as well as our learning environments inside and outside of the classroom walls, contributing to safe and secure surroundings. This department's work is never ending, and they stand at the ready in good weather and bad. Key projects that have been successfully completed since last year's State of the District. Those projects include technology upgrades and updates, replacement of networks and cabling, ID badge systems allowing for more effective processing for staff and students. Upcoming projects include a more robust digital routing, electronic documents management system, and lighting upgrades are continuing at the same time. As for student transportation services, Richland One has its own commercial driver's license school bus training testing course, allowing for the faster training and testing of school bus drivers. By doing this, we're able to more quickly onboard bus drivers, ensuring that we are prepared to transport our most important assets, our students. Upcoming efforts include securing repair and replacement programs for radios and cameras on our buses to, again, enhance safety and security and improve operational effectiveness. And facilities management. Our management efforts, energy management efforts have literally yielded millions of dollars in savings to be used for other projects, in addition to paying for associated equipment such as lighting upgrades or solar panels. Not only are we making our buildings more energy efficient, our learning environments are greatly being improved at the same time. That said, we've completed water conservation and building envelope improvements as a part of Phase 3 and Phase 4 of our energy management plan. 60% of our lighting upgrades have been completed, and we've also completed the current cycle of playground renovations across our elementary schools, most recently Arden and Carver-Lyon. To continue the efforts of telling our story and getting the good news out, we've undertaken a district-wide marquee replacement initiative. 4 have been completed, and others are scheduled as I speak this evening. Other projects include the installation of a softball press box at Lower Richland High School, as well as the removal of 14 unused portables from various sites on our footprint, improving our outside aesthetics. Upcoming programs from facilities management include HVAC, lighting upgrades, as outlined in Phase 3 and 4 and 5 of our management program. This month, we will begin Phase 1 of a facility condition assessment, which will survey all of the sites in Richland One This work will continue through August. This will continue the process of ensuring our buildings function in a manner that serves the students of today as well as the students of tomorrow. Other forthcoming plans include various roof replacements, additional playground renovations, and much-needed renovations in our R1 studio for future Spotlight One episodes shine so brightly here in Richland One. Our athletics department is equally hard at work. We've seen scoreboard replacements, new track installs, press boxes, school branding windscreens on the tennis courts at all of our high schools. We're also replacing weight rooms, renovating turf, and enhancing our tracks. I mentioned during last year that work would be forthcoming regarding esports and the creation of learning labs at all 7 of our high schools. This evening's work has been done, and I have seen firsthand the excitement, the concentration, as well as the competitive spirit of our students as they are on a new field or screen of play. This, too, is another feather in Richland One's cap. The labs are set up and the teams will begin competition later this month. In addition, we've installed media streams and training programs so that our athletic events can be seen on our website this fall. It is again through these efforts, and of course the efforts of our coaches, trainers, and all associated with our athletics programs. In 2024, Richland One won 7 state championship awards by teams as well as individual athletes. These sports includes boys tennis and track and field. Safety and emergency services, leading to a decrease in weapons entering our school premises. Note that Richland One was one of the early forerunners in South Carolina in this regard. Our Security Associate program, established across all of our middle and high schools, have enhanced our on-site security and presence. In addition, we are fully immersed in our standard response protocols to address security or any other instances and emergencies in a standardized manner. Every school has a new PA system to help improve communications not only during emergencies, but in daily operations. Again, all that goes on in our operations shop is embedded in our core priorities in every environment and every location. Schools, our schools, will continue to invest in this area. Financial services. For the 36th consecutive year, Richland One has been recognized by the national and international awards and reporting for government financial officers and the Association of School Business Officials for having clean audit reports. In addition, Richland One has one of the lowest, I repeat, lowest millage levels for operations and debt services in the Midlands. Moody's Investor Services assigned this district the highest rating available for short-term bonds. As a result, the bond sales have been successful in receiving favorable interest rates, which result in a savings to our Richland One taxpayers. Going into this fiscal year, Richland One was able to increase the first-year teacher starting salary to $50,100, as well as making adjustments in every cell of our salary schedules, resulting in an average of a 9% increase in teacher salaries. This put our district in the top 10 districts in South Carolina as it relates to starting teacher salaries. And we want to continue this competitive advantage moving forward. Also this year, while transitioning away from the expired ESSER funds, we were still able to add full-time interventionists at our elementary schools and increase our social workers by 6 positions. But I will say it, our Student Nutrition Services Department continues to stand in the gap during breaks in instruction and in the summer. This past year, our Student Nutrition Services Department provided over 27,000 summer meal pickups in 2 rural sites, Forest Heights and Weber Elementary. Relatedly, we also recognize the fact that all of the schools in Richland One have been named among America's healthiest schools for the 2023-2024 school year. With the aforementioned accomplishments and successes within our various departments, this work lays the groundwork and undergirds the pursuit of increased student growth and achievement in our academic outcomes. You see, student success and improvement doesn't just happen in silos, by singular action or activity. Rather, it occurs when teams come together, creates layers of support, coupled with a strong and robust instructional framework centered around powerful core instruction and an evidence-based tiered system of interventions and support. All of these things working together for individual student success. Again, we take students from where they are when they join us, and we move them forward along their instructional journey. So let's talk a little bit about our academic improvements and our student outcomes. I'll share with you the achievements that have happened over the past year that we must recognize and celebrate as we move forward. In SC Ready ELA, we experienced a 0.6 percentage point increase in scores over last year. While this is slight, it adds to a resulting 8.4 percentage point increase over the past 3 years. SC Ready Math went up 2.5 percentage points, also resulting in a 5 percentage point increase over the past 8 percentage points, and a corresponding 9.6 percentage point increase over the past 3 years. English 2 realized a 6.4 percentage point increase, resulting in a 7.7 percentage point increase over the past 3 years. Preparing for success. Our first graders on track in reading and math above state average increased 2.1 percentage points and 12.9 percentage points. State average increased by 5.6 percentage points. And in Biology 1, proficiency increased 8.3 percentage points, resulting in an 11.4 percentage point increase over the past 3 years. Graduation rate. I recall sharing with you a few years ago that Richland One experienced some of the highest graduation rates in this district's history. That too took the work of many individuals, including our teachers, our students, administrators, support staff, as well as community. And I want to say thank you. Afterwards, we saw a slight dip in the rate because we know cohort circumstances can change. Increased by 0.8 percentage points from 2023. I also want to add that C.A. Johnson, because of graduation rate improvements and because of improvements in 3 of the 4 areas of EOCs, C.A. Johnson, we just learned last week, is being removed from the CSI list. Congratulations to Dr. Coe. Hornets. College and career readiness. Our CCR rate increased by 3.6 percentage points, and our career ready rate increased by 4.2 percentage points. We are proud, but we're looking forward to that growth continuing as well. School climate. I appreciate the feedback that we receive from teachers, from students, from parents regarding the climate scores as a part of the South Carolina report card process. We've seen increases in the past year equating to a 6.7 percentage point increase, and likewise a 9.1 percentage point increase over the past 3 years. of our high schools increased their report card score, with 4 of our 7 high schools moving up a performance level. Schools with a 10-point-plus score increase were Arden Elementary, Hopkins Elementary, Horo Hill Elementary, and Columbia High School. Congratulations to those schools. I want to give thanks to our teaching and learning team for their work on the Richland One transformation model. It is an instructional support system designed to guide schools and district leaders to determine collaboratively the extent to which school improvement is determined and happening based upon research-based practices aimed at improving teaching and learning and environments in our schools. Providing consistency. It has 4 components: learning walks, identification of problem or problems of practice, follow-up with professional learning, and coaching and instructional rounds. Principles that sound familiar? Middle and 3 high. Teaching and learning in conjunction with our executive directors of schools. Those teams stay with these schools throughout the process, including reviews, of the problem of practice, with intensive support, professional development. This work is designed not only to provide focus and clarity on the work, but more importantly, guidance and support of how to see meaningful improvement in the resulting in increased student outcomes. We appreciate the work being done by these 12 schools, but more importantly, we appreciate the focus and the clarity that we are continuing to see with our improvement and growth across all of our schools, regardless of the level and regardless of the zip code. This work is indeed paying off in the review of formative assessment data and information, as well as some of the summative data points that I've just mentioned. As for advanced academic programs, or AAP, 94 8th graders from 7 of our middle schools qualified as South Carolina Junior Scholars, representing a 38% increase from last year, where 68 students from 6 middle schools were qualified. This selection was based upon PSAT scores and a focus with the Einstein 2.0 program. During the summer, locally identified 7th graders were included. This demonstrates how intentional planning and targeted investments yield measurable results. This year, 123 second graders were identified as GT through our district-wide screening using COGAT, the Iowa and STAR test. An estimated 699 students, including 164 second graders across our schools, were selected to take the performance task assessment for potential gifted and talented qualification. A noticeable increase over previous years was seen. Notable progress was observed at Burnside, Kaufman Road, Greenview, A.C. Moore, H.B. Rain, and Pine Grove Elementary Schools. These schools often had 1 or no students to have been identified previously. This year, all middle schools are participating in the region's Quiz Bowl academic competition. Those students' performances are simply inspiring. We have some many bright and capable students here in Richland One. As far as career and technical education, former Hand student, now Drury High School freshman, Aiden Wang, earned the top 10 finish in the FBLA National Leadership Conference in Orlando, Florida. This marks the first time Richland One has had representation on that conference stage. The Hand Middle School FBLA chapter has earned an invitation to the national conference again this year. Education teacher at W.J. Keenan was named the South Carolina CTE Teacher of the Year. Now, in 2018, she was also the South Carolina CTE New Teacher of the Year. So she is continuing to do the job. Also in our CTE department, Richland One employed 40 student interns, included in roles ranging from food service to office assistant and to ranch hands at W.J. Keenan, where we have our agricultural program. As always, our Challenger Learning Center right down the street, being only one of 3 in the country that are associated with the school system, continues to shine bright. The center, recognized as a by the Federal Aviation Administration as an educational academy school, was invited to participate in the 2024 South Carolina Aerospace Night, which highlights South Carolina's aerospace industry. The center presented at the Carolina Association of Planetarium Educators Annual Conference. The center also received grants to support 71 junior high school students at their early Mercury level NARTEC cadet certifications. They were awarded $63,000 in grants from the South Carolina Aeronautics Commission to purchase an immersive reality virtual flight simulator. Again, our hats off to Dr. Carolyn Donnellan and her team. Visual and Performing Arts. 14 students were selected for the South Carolina Music Educators Association All-State Chorus. The state recognized distinguished art programs. Schools were A.C. Moore, Logan, Rosewood, Satchel Ford, and Hand Middle School. Mary Catherine Raines, an art teacher at Drury High School, won the 2024 Student Art Education Teacher of the Year for the high school division of the South Carolina State Fair. The Drury High School Marching Band has earned second place in the silver medal at the South Carolina Band Directors Association 3A State Championship Finals. And 32 of our middle and high school students were selected for the Midlands Regional Orchestra. Way to go to our staff. As it relates to our multilingual learners program, our world languages and dual language immersion, Richland One students, 91 students earned seals of biliteracy in 6 languages in 2024, ranking 7th statewide. Abigail Boyles earned 3 seals of biliteracy. Alexandria Colomides, 2 seals. Both are at Dreer High School, and William Jordan of AC Flora received 2 seals. Congratulations to those students. As for language immersion, the first cohort of the language immersion scholars are in middle school, and they will be finishing up this year. And many of those students are on track to earn a seal of biliteracy as they transition into high school. It seems just yesterday that our language immersion program was in its infancy. And now it is on the verge, months away, from being a pre-K through 12 program here in Richland One. That is something we all should celebrate. Also related to multilingual language learners, students in this subgroup passed the state average by 4.6 percentage points in progress toward English proficiency. This year, 107 students received their English proficiency and exited the MLP services program. Richland One we welcome our first Spanish interpreter, Astrid Friedrichsen, who works to better ensure language access for our Spanish-speaking families. Our International Welcome Center assisted with over 310 registrations and other services. And Brian Leenup at Meadowfield Elementary School was named a WITA Fellow, a national recognition for exemplary practice in multilingual education. This year, we launched our newly refocused Office of Professional Learning to enhance instructional impact. That team also saw the successful reset of our professional learning, or PLC, processes in our schools and supports them with the PLC toolkit. I spoke of the New to One event earlier, and this Office of Professional Learning plays a team has introduced a leadership cohort for classified staff and supports the second cohort of Clemson University Master's Degree Program in Literacy with an anticipated graduation date of 2025. These accomplishments highlight the dedication and excellence in Richland One schools, our staff, and our students. Thank you for your continued contributions to our shared success. Thrive Richland. Our Thrive Richland initiative was recognized as a top 10 finalist awardee for What Works in Education in the state of South Carolina. This program continues to support the needs of our birth to 5 early childhood students so that they are prepared as prepared as possible when they enter our doors. Again, Richland One has been a leader in the state of South Carolina. Richland One has so much to be proud of, so much to celebrate, and so much to offer. In this district, we pride ourselves in many things, including our offerings to students, which include options, opportunities, as well as exposure and experiences that lead them to the places they want to be as they move forward in life. I appreciate the work of each and every one of you in this district, individually and collectively. That goes for our principals, our other administrators, support team, teachers, students, families. Again, our entire Richland One community. This appreciation is seen and recognized each and every day in every classroom, every school building, and every facility that we have. And, as I say every year this time, with all of our successes come challenges and opportunities for continuous improvement and charting a pathway forward in dealing with setbacks and turning those into setups for future success. Again, thank you to our partners that are here for being a part of Team One and seeing the mission and vision of this district and where we are moving our students. As one of our commissioners often says, our students are 25% of now and 100% of our future. We must keep that the focus and the commitment that we have. Keep students front of mind. We must remain steadfast, and our also must be R1 strong and world ready to meet the future. This work continues and never stops, but Richland School District 1 is poised to move forward and put forth the meaningful work that lies ahead. So the state of our district in 2025 is strong and forward-facing with all of us working together. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a partner in Richland One, and have a good evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Witherspoon, and thank you again to C.A. Johnson High School for hosting this year's State of the District Address, Spectrum Cable Channel 1303, and it will be posted on R1 TV on demand on the district's website. Please join us for refreshments in the lobby. Thank you again. Good night.